Sunday or Saturday
Um,
rather?
I am
Sunday.
Sunday.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm running the meeting on Sunday morning.
Oh, great. Thanks. Well, you're my guy because I'm sort of the MC
Uh-huh.
and kind of leading the presentation, but I want to going to involve a few other people. I've got to. That's one of the things. One of the many things I've got to do between now and Sunday.
Yeah.
So that's good. But you're really familiar with Zoom. I know. You've done breakout groups and stuff like that, haven't you?
Have not actually done a breakout group
Okay.
or translation, but I think it looks like they're fairly straightforward and there's some pretty good instructions.
Okay, because you got the manual, right? The instruction manual.
Yeah, that somebody I have the guidance that somebody wrote from
Yeah, Rakesh, who sort of
Rakesh. Yes, that's the
yeah,
name.
Rakesh set that up. He did a pretty good job, and we've been, I believe, they've been adding to it, and it's an evolving
Mm-hmm.
document. Welcome, Laconia. I don't know if you've joined us before. Would you like to switch your mic on and say hello? Is it Iaconia or Laconia?
Hello,
Hi,
Laconia.
Laconia. Welcome. Where are you? Look, where are you physically located?
Springfield, Massachusetts.
Massachusetts. Okay,
Ah.
so it's a little bit getting a bit late there. It's what 10 o'clock.
Yes.
Great. How did you find us?
I seen through an email because I a couple of years ago I did a beginner's meditation 6 week course with Dada Nanda. I forgot his name. I don't want to mess his name up.
Ranjitananda?
Yes.
Okay, he's my very good friend.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but he's not here today. But we work together all the time.
Okay.
Great, welcome. So,
Thank you.
um, yeah, since what I like to do. So, anyone who's here for the first time, I always like to give you a chance to introduce yourself. And do you want to tell us a bit about what brought you to meditation? How do you have a regular practice, or you just want to develop that? What's how you do? What's happening for you?
Well, for me, I'm trying to get back into meditating again daily. I do it at night, but it's more of a guided meditation.
Hmm.
Um, that I kind of just Google on YouTube and do a meditation before I go to sleep. But I kind of want to get into it where I can do it myself.
That is a very good goal. It's kind of like, what I sometimes think of? People ask me, of course, about things like guided meditations. Um, and yeah, I think of them like trainer wheels. You know, when you're learning to ride a bicycle and you're a little kid and you have those little wheels on the side that stop you falling over.
Yes, yeah,
So at some point, you've got to grow out of the trainer wheels, right?
right.
So that's kind of that's I see the guided meditations being like that. But if you want to evolve, develop your talent, your skill, you need to get to the point where you can do that on your own.
Yes,
That's
yep.
great. So yeah, that's really good. Welcome back, Wilder. Okay, Wilder's our filmmaker guy, aren't you? There he is. Namaskar. So, so you did the 6 week course with Dada Ranjitananda. Do you remember what it was called, Lakanya?
I believe it was I think it was just a beginner's meditation, a 6 week. I think
Okay,
that's what it was called.
okay, great,
Mhm.
very good. So what I'm doing with this group normally, we just do a collective, a fairly short collective meditation. We meditate for about 20 minutes. Actually, it's not that short. We do a little kirtan first. You know the chanting that you're all familiar with, I think. Um, and then most weeks I just give a short talk afterwards, maybe discussion on pretty much whatever's going through my mind that day. But once a month, I give an in depth philosophy class on a particular topic. And normally it's on the first Tuesday of the month. But since some people seem to think that there's some other big event going on today, I didn't want to um, uh, I'm rolling it over to next week. Some people are going to be sitting in front of their TVs wondering what's happening with the election, right? So um, I didn't expect attendance to be terribly high tonight. So we'll have the philosophy class next week. Um, yeah, but I actually have a couple of. Oh, I have an event later this week which you might want to join. I'll give you the details of that later. That's through it's a public event through part of a conference. So, otherwise, I think we're all set. Anybody? But let's just check in with everybody. I like to hear what's your. Give us a quick highlight of your week. Yeah, let's just check in. Who am I going to pick on? Anushila, tell us.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Anushila. How are you?
I'm fine.
Just making you co-host for the later on.
Um, Thank you. I don't know. I guess I am a little distracted in my mind about the election because I'm in North Carolina
Oh,
and they
yeah.
keep mentioning North Carolina about every 5 minutes.
Oh, yes. You're in the swing states are getting inundated with messages.
So,
Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, we're in a pretty safe place here in California. There's, but it's that doesn't sound like a highlight. That sounds like the opposite.
um, I don't know. Every day is beautiful.
There you go. That's the spirit. How about you, Karoon? Where you at?
Oh, I don't know. Okay. There's multiple things. Um, so one is that I've been doing a home improvement project. I'm running some wires so I can have a direct internet connection up here instead of Wi-Fi, so it should be more reliable. And I managed to get the wires run. Haven't quite finished cleaning up, but the wires are in.
Well, that's a
Um,
very practical, useful achievement, especially since you're going to be helping with our program on Sunday. I'm happy to.
exactly. That it should be useful. Very useful for that.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, and I'm learning some new stuff at work. It's, I can be more specific, but no need to.
So those of you who don't know, Karun works with something that I barely understand
Yeah.
at any level, but he works with laser research. Would that be a good description?
I work on designing lasers that are generally used for research. Yeah, but
Okay,
I'm kind of doing research now and trying to dig out of some measurements, maybe an understanding of the laser physics that we don't understand yet.
okay.
So
Well, I don't understand much about that, but
yeah,
you'll enjoy it.
sometimes even the PhDs don't know what's going on, and I'm trying to help them figure it out.
Oh, good. Okay, Laconia, you already introduced yourself, but if you've got a highlight from this week, let us know.
Highlight for this week is, let's see. Um, just an awakening moment I had, where everything just kind of clicked and light up all at once. So I guess that'll be my highlight actually, because days were feeling foggy and things were kind of confusing and stuff like that. And then one moment I was just driving in my car and then everything just kind of clicked. So that was my highlight, and I'm excited about that. And another highlight is actually I had a couple of highlights, and it's an early week, but just the abundance that's been flowing in my life. So I'm excited and happy and grateful and thankful for that. So yeah.
That I'm really, really glad I asked. That's really cool. Thank you for telling us that.
You're welcome.
How about you, Wilder? How you going?
Good. Yeah. Oh, I feel good today that I voted to be part of this great moment. And I also bought a few books today, and I really look forward to reading those. And when I was reading one of them, I found a mantra that really resonated with me. And so I really look forward to trying to translate it. I don't know Sanskrit, but um, yeah, just trying to learn more about the meaning. And um, otherwise, it's been a good day. So I guess today was my highlight of the week.
Drop me an email and I will introduce you to a Sanskrit scholar who will probably be happy to help you.
That would be appreciated. Okay, thank you.
She'll probably be thrilled because she so seldom gets asked, because she's a tech professional, but she's sort of a Sanskrit scholar on the side. So I think she'll like that.
Cool. Thank you.
No problem. It's funny you mentioned voting. Not that it's not that unusual. I mean, it's on a lot of people's minds, but I've never voted, and I'm eligible to vote, or theoretically at least, in 3 different countries, because I have triple citizenship, not including US. I'm a resident, a permanent resident here, but I've never actually voted in New Zealand, Australia, or the UK, where I've got citizenship. So all my life, I've never actually cast a vote. Isn't that weird? I would have voted this year if Bernie Sanders had been nominated. I would have gone ahead and gotten my citizenship in time. But when he lost the nomination, I lost my inspiration. Sorry. Anyway. So, where were we? Sheila, you already told us. And Krishnendu, good to see you. I'd missed you for the last couple of weeks.
Hi. Yeah, so one nice thing I've done uh, a few evenings now that the weather has sort of left summer behind and we're not yet in winter is going out. I have about an 8-foot pile of small boulders, gravels, nice rounded ones. There must be tons of them. And so I've been sitting on that in the evening to meditate a little bit. And it's that's fun. So that's been good. Yeah.
That sounds real nice. I've never seen you. I don't think I've seen your place in Austin, have I?
No, you haven't.
Oh, maybe I want to see your boulders next time I'm there. Is that okay?
Sure.
Thank you. Cool. And Jennifer, welcome back. Haven't seen you for a couple of weeks, I think. Were you here last week?
Hello, it has been 2 months.
Last year, I thought I've been missing you.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us. Then I want your highlight from the last 2 months. You're not.
Mm-hmm.
You will not satisfy us.
It was very, very satisfying. Very good. Very impactful.
Tell us about it.
I just learned so much about like the journey, my meditation journey, and I also just love how people are in Mexico. That was just interesting. So, yeah.
You're back from Mexico now, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. Welcome back.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Thank you. Good to see you. Okay. So we're going to do a little kirtan and meditate together. Oh, I suppose I got to tell my highlight, don't I? I'm I have a few, but I have weird things sometimes that make me, I don't know, kind of, I feel satisfied about. So I have 2 new little plants in my room, and they're succulents, and I just kind of like them. They're little succulents in pots, and I should have brought them to show you. They're in the other room, but I like them. They're kind of like little octopuses, but they're but quieter, you know. and I'm very fond of them. And I want to get more, actually. I think I want to grow my little family of plants in my room. There are some other plants, orchids. They're a bit more scary, but they're beautiful also. So
I can give you a baby of a thing called the mother of 1,000.
what's that?
It's a little. I'll send you a picture of one and two that I've grown from it. So there's
Oh,
more on the way.
great. Is it a succulent?
Uh, More or less. I guess, suppose not technically succulent, but
Okay.
I'll show you.
Love it. Definitely want one of those. The mother of 1,000. Okay, good. So that's my silly little exciting thing. It makes me happy. There's others. There's some new guitar chords that I learned that I'm really obsessed with. But let's speaking of guitar, here is my guitar, and we're gonna do some kirtan together. I'll play you. I think I played you. Did I play? They're just chords. I mean, just chords. I think they're really pretty. So this one I like very much. So that's wrong. Hang on a second. What did I do wrong? No, that's right. Oh, here we go. That's it. A minor. So I really like that one. And this is the other one that I think I like. And then there's a whole series that I kind of like, and it sort of goes. So anyway, I'm playing around with that, but that's not the kirtan we're going to sing. So just make yourselves comfortable and sit straight. And this just a little message here. Oh, this is nice. We have some invisible people with us. I mean, they're invisible to me. I imagine they are visible in the normal sense, but from Guatemala and Brazil. But they're on Facebook, so I don't know they're there. I know that we're streaming through Facebook. So welcome our friends from Guatemala and Brazil. That's lovely. So I'm only have this direct communication with those of you who are joining us on Zoom, but we're also streaming on Facebook and YouTube. Right, so just make yourselves comfortable and close your eyes. Sit straight and take a couple of deep breaths. You know, I have this neat toy. Okay, open your eyes for a second. I've got to show you my toy. And this. I have a friend she gave some little training on online teaching tricks. And she said that she does kind of corporate trainings and stuff, and for teachers as well. And she said one of the things that they liked best was this. You see this? So breathe out. Okay, breathe out of your nose, and then breathe in through your nose like this. And then breathe out again. Isn't it a neat toy? And you can breathe in again. So I don't like the colors. I tried to find one with slightly less gauche colors, but I love what it does. This is my breathing exercise toy that I used with my online class this morning. So that was fun. So, all right, now you can close your eyes again. And make sure your microphone's off. I think everyone's got their microphone off by default. Because with latency we can't really sing together. It gets all messy. But you're welcome to sing. I encourage you to sing, and along with me by yourselves. Keep your eyes closed. Remember to sit straight. Breathe naturally through your nose if you can. Let the mantra Bhavanam Kevalam continue in your mind. And feel that it is connecting you to the source of limitless love within yourself. Now, if you have your own mantra and meditation technique, you can go ahead and use that and go through your practice. If not, you can use the Bhavanam Kevalam mantra as your focus, and remember the meaning behind it. It's telling you that within us, at the deepest level, there is only this place of limitless love, only this feeling. And we'll meditate on in silence like that for about 20 minutes. take a deep breath. Keep your eyes closed for a moment. You can bring your palms together over your heart. And just open your eyes. So here we are again. So I just want to share something with you briefly. This is really a kind of just a marker for the video editor. They want to see when they're supposed to start. Okay, wait a second. I've got something else I've got to do. Where is that? Okay. So, yeah, I just want to tell you something briefly today about the power of breathing and how, this is, breathing techniques, of course, are as a part of the very old tradition of yoga, of the science of pranayama, which means controlling, not specifically controlling the breath, controlling the flow of prana, or vital energy. And the main source of that prana or vital energy is through the breath, but we also get prana from food and water and other sources. So pranayama means to control this flow of prana. So pranayama is generally considered in the yoga, to be related to breath control. So breathing techniques or breathing exercises are used in different contexts. And I was, some of you may remember from my course on the secret powers of meditation, I showed you this book, and I just noticed I have it right here. It's a really neat book about breathing. And I'm just going to remind you, I do really recommend this. It's a really neat book by this fellow James Nestor. The New Science of a Lost Art. Now, I think that describes it rather well, because it really talks about how recent research and the application of breathing in fields like athletics, health, and what I'm going to talk about a bit today, controlling panic attacks, and this technique is used by the military, specifically the US Navy SEALs. Now, these are not actual seals with like flippers and blubbery, kind of aquatic mammals. They're just called Navy SEALs. They're not really SEALs, but they are the special forces, right? So they're kind of commandos. And I'm not endorsing, or what to say. I don't want to say I'm endorsing them in any way, because the Navy SEALs, of course, are an arm of the U.S. Special Covert Operations, some of which, well, I shouldn't even offer an opinion on them, because if I say they're nefarious, one of the nefarious things they and the organizations they're a part of are probably listening to this through, with the help of the NSA or whoever it is. So I want to make it very clear, I'm not criticizing the Navy SEALs, because they're trained to kill people, and probably not a good idea, but I'm also not endorsing the way that they're sometimes used. But these Navy SEALs, they're trained in a technique, and I learned this from this book, which is why I'm telling you, James Nestor, he did a lot of research. They're trained to control panic attacks. Now, you might think that these commandos, they're not the kind of people who would have panic attacks, and that's probably true most of the time, but even, the most stalwart of, semi-aquatic mammals might be forgiven for panicking a little when they're under fire. So if by, some remote chance, one of these very macho, highly trained, most of them are men, highly trained soldiers has a panic attack, they're taught a special breathing technique which brings them out of it very quickly, and brings them, because a panic attack, you're kind of paralyzed, and it's not the kind of condition you want to be in if people are trying to kill you and shooting at you and so forth. So I doubt that the yogis who developed a lot of these breathing techniques, and which probably inspired this technique. I doubt that they had this in mind when they came up with this, but it is a remarkable illustration of the power of breathing over your state of mind and your mood. That within really this particular technique, I'm not going to teach it to you because I don't think you need this. I don't think you're likely to be under fire. I'm more likely to be because I'm sort of maybe saying something slightly irritating about that to the Navy SEALs, but I don't think they'll blame you. But this can work within, like, it's really a couple of minutes. You can go from being, really freaked out and mind really out of control and paralyzed, unable to act rationally, to being able to, function again within a minute or two. So that's I kind of like this concept of the new science of a lost art. So I talk about this a lot, of course, in a lot of my classes and training, about how modern science is validating these ancient practices, certain ancient practices. Of course, like meditation, like kirtan, that's one of the ones that I'm most interested in because there's very little research into that. Certainly breathing has been pretty extensively researched and is, as I said, used a lot in sports training and so forth. Different kinds of concentration, mindfulness, yoga asanas, again, used in high level, very competitive sports pretty widely now, especially at really high competitive levels, because it gives them an edge. If they're more focused, they talk about games like tennis and golf being very much a mental game at the highest levels of competition. Breathing exercises and meditation exercises and mindfulness, and this really helps to give them an edge. So I kind of thought that was interesting about the Navy SEALs. So there you go, but don't get them mixed up with actual SEALs. It might cause confusion. So, unless you have any comments or thoughts about that, which you're welcome to share, I'm going to give you make a couple of little announcements just as we end. So, one is that next week we will have at the end of this session, which usually finishes, I would finish this at 7:45 California time. Are we in? Yeah. Then we'd go for maybe another hour in my philosophy class, which I haven't yet decided the topic of, but it'll be in my newsletter. But I have some other things happening, and I'm going to go back to my screen, so I'm going to show you those. Now, I put in the chat a couple of links. If you want to look there, you will see that I've shared 2 links to 2 events. Now, where are we? Okay, that's my little story there. Oh, before we do that, in case you're not aware of this, some of you may not have downloaded the Bliss Timer. This is our wonderful meditation app. It's only really working for Apple at the moment, for the iOS system, but we're working on the Android version. That'll come out, well, they're claiming, our engineers are claiming December. I would say it's January is more likely. So that's something that it's really beautifully designed. You can create your own playlist. You can choose your kirtan tune, how long you want it to be, whether or not you want a spoken guided meditation. There are choices of those, and then you can choose how long your silent meditation will be. And if you register at the site, it's free, by the way. If you register on the site, then you could get a little account and you can keep a track of your practice, so it'll help you to develop your disciplined practice, which will do wonders for you. And the 2 events I have coming up I want to tell you about. One's on November the 5th, which is Thursday, and happens to be my birthday. And I've already, it's a tech conference, but they contacted me 10 days ago, I think, and they wanted to have a meditation experience as a part of the program. You're not seeing the links? Did you go out and come back, Hannah Sheila? Anyway, I'm going to put it in there again. And there you go. Can you see it now, Anna Sheila? So there are 2 links in the chat to these 2 events where you can register for free. So one of them's on Thursday. That's a whole day conference. You may or may not be interested in product development. That's what it's about. But they asked me to do this meditation thing at the end. Okay, you can see it now. So check that out. You can join if you want. Now I pre-recorded that, so I don't actually have to do anything on Thursday. But the interesting thing for me is that there are 10,000 people registered for this thing, and this is the only program at that time. So they tell me that there could be 4,000 or 5,000 people in the audience listening to my recording, which I did 3 days ago. But I'm going to attend because there may be some Q&A or something. So that's kind of, I don't usually get to talk to 5,000 people at a time, so that's kind of exciting for me. I hope they like it. Then on November the 19th, this is an event sponsored by the Kellogg Alumni Association, the Kellogg Business School out of Northwest University in the US. It's one of the leading business schools in this country, and they've invited me to give a workshop on meditation. That's simply called An Experience in Meditation, and that is again free. You can register there. That's on November the 19th, and yeah, we've got about 50 people already for that, but we probably have well over 100 by the time we get to the 19th. So they're really good in getting people along. So that's going to be fun, and please invite your friends, especially if they are interested in the possibility of having a meditation program for their company, because that's kind of part of the theme of this. And I'm inviting some of the people who sponsored or organized my programs at Google and Apple and other places. So they're going to come and speak briefly about their experience with that and how it's helped with their teams that they're working with. So that's all coming up. And last thing is, read my book if you haven't already. And if you haven't written a review of my book, please do. It's on Amazon. It's also available as an audiobook. And there's my website, themonk2.com. If you want to ask me anything, write me a note. Wilder, don't forget to, you'll probably need to remind me about the Sanskrit scholar. And I think that's about everything. So, any questions? Or we're going to say namaskar and farewell, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Hopefully we'll have some good news from this election thing. And yeah, namaskar to our friends in Facebook. Martha from Guatemala. How did you know this? You've got some mysterious power, Anushila. Martha from Guatemala City. Thank you for joining us. And Carol from Brazil. That's wonderful. You must have gone onto Facebook itself, I guess. Okay. Great. Welcome. Invite friends. I'll see you all next week.
Namaskar.
I see. Anushila is telling me her tech secrets. Very good. Namaskar. Namaskar. We're finishing.